Hey there, and welcome back. Today, we're diving into a topic I wish someone had told me years ago. Your brain has a natural speed limit when it comes to speaking English, and that's not a weakness. It's actually your biggest strength. If you've ever panicked in a conversation, felt like your mind went blank, or thought, "Why can't I speak faster?" Trust me, this video is for you. I'm going to share my personal story, some powerful science behind fluency, and why slowing down is the key to speeding up your confidence. Let me take you back. I was 19, and I just landed in Amsterdam for my first international internship. I had a B2 level certificate in English. I'd passed exams, written essays, and even helped classmates. I thought I was ready. Until I tried to order coffee. I walked into this charming little café by the canal, looked at the menu, and then the barista asked, "What can I get for you?" And I froze. Not because I didn't understand. I knew exactly what she said. But my brain, it just didn't give me anything back. It felt like I had opened a file folder labeled English and found nothing inside. I muttered something like, "Yes, coffee, please, yes," and walked away red-faced. That day, I started questioning everything. Am I really ready? Why do I speak so slowly? Why can't I be fast like native speakers? I thought the problem was my memory. Or maybe my vocabulary. Or grammar. But later, I learned the real reason. I was fighting my brain's natural speed. I didn't know that fluency doesn't come from pressure. It comes from rhythm. Here's what I wish someone had told me then, and what I'm about to tell you now. The brain doesn't process language like a dictionary. It works like a highway. According to Dr. Judy Willis, a neurologist and learning specialist, when we try to speak a second language, our brain uses the prefrontal cortex, which is slower and more deliberate than the automatic language centers used for our first language. Translation: your brain has to work harder when switching between languages, especially under stress. What does that mean? It means freezing up, pausing, or thinking slowly is normal. Research from Penn State University shows that it takes non-native speakers about 1.5 to 2 times longer to formulate complex sentences under pressure. So if you ever feel like "I'm too slow," it's not because you're bad at English, it's because you're human. The faster you try to go, the more your brain says, "Wait, I need time." That's why we need to stop punishing ourselves for thinking slower. Instead, we need to train for clarity, not speed. After that Amsterdam disaster, I didn't give up. I started doing something counterintuitive. Instead of forcing myself to speak faster, I gave myself permission to pause. I'd speak slower. I'd even say, "Give me a moment to think." I learned phrases like, "That's an interesting question. Let me see. I'm not sure how to say it in English, but here's what I mean." And suddenly, conversations became easier. I stopped fearing silence. I stopped chasing perfection. And that changed everything. I also practiced what I call the slow thinking loop, a daily habit where I describe my day aloud in English slowly and calmly, like I was narrating a documentary. I'd say, "Today I walked to the bakery. I saw a boy with a blue balloon. I bought some fresh bread." And the more I did that, the more my brain relaxed. The more it trusted me. Eventually, my speed increased, not because I chased it, but because I let it come to me. Now let's talk about the mindset side. One of the most powerful thoughts I ever had was, "I'm not slow. I'm thoughtful." When you start to believe that pausing is intelligent, that it shows control, not weakness. Your whole relationship with English changes. Here are 3 mindset hacks that help me think faster by staying calm. 1. Reframe the pause. Think of silence as a sign that you care about the conversation. Even native speakers pause. They say, you know, and let me think. That's not a flaw, it's human. 2. Stop comparing your speed. Your brain has a different speed than someone else's. That doesn't make it wrong. It makes it yours. Progress is not a race. 3. Celebrate your effort. Every time you speak in English, even if it's slow, you're rewiring your brain. That's a huge win. Harvard psychologist Dr. Ellen Langer calls this mindful learning, focusing on process, not performance. When we're mindful, we learn faster because we reduce pressure. If you want to think faster, start by listening more slowly. Sounds strange, right? But here's the truth, we speak the way we listen. If you train your ears to hear natural rhythms, pauses, and intonation in English, your brain will start to mirror that. I started watching shows like Friends and Modern Family, not just for the laughs, but to hear how people talk, not just what they say. I'd rewind scenes, imitate them slowly, and then again at full speed. Shadowing, repeating after a speaker, became my daily ritual. I didn't try to match them at first. I just tried to feel the flow. And little by little, that flow became mine. So let me leave you with this. Your English brain has a speed limit. But that limit? It's actually your guide to mastery. Every pause, every thoughtful word, every second you take to find the right phrase, that's not failure. That's fluency in the making. So the next time your brain feels slow, take a deep breath. Smile. And speak anyway. You're not behind. You're just becoming fluent, at your own perfect, powerful pace. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe and share it with someone who needs this message today. And let me know in the comments, what's one moment when you overcame nervousness in English? I'll see you in the next one, where we'll talk about how to create an English-speaking mindset even when you live in a non-English environment. Until then, keep speaking with courage, not speed.